Hey, Dan here, and this video is ultimately about how do you pick yourself back up, how do you move on from the past, and how do you keep going forward as your best self? How do you really keep giving it your all if maybe you've been slapped in the face by life at some point there? And it's inspired by a question from a member of my Dreamers community. I won't share her name because it just relates to her job now and that, but she says, how do I get rid of old resentments from my previous job? I was overworked, underpaid, and underrecognized for my efforts for 3.5 years. I left because there was no way around this. But instead of getting on with my life, I keep thinking about these assholes and getting really angry at the way I was treated. This, of course, is filtering into my new job because I'm afraid to give my everything under the assumption that these people will do the same to me. I feel like this is holding me back, and now I'm struggling to get things done. So ultimately what's happening here is you gave it your all before. You jumped head over heels in love with this job, and you didn't get back what you should have. You were treated like crap, and ultimately that's holding you back now from giving it your all. And I can't help but think of the parallel to romantic relationships. So I'm going to use this as an excuse to do what I do best and talk about myself. In my own relationship, I am asked sometimes by friends why there is very little jealousy between me. Anyone who's been to the Dreams Around the World events in Mexico and Spain or in Prague knows that my wonderful girlfriend Gabby likes to party and at times goes out and parties with her friends to all hours of the night. And my friends ask, like, how are you not jealous about that? And there's a lot of reasons. One is that she is the most loyal, loving, amazing person that I could ever hope to meet in a lifetime. She's also my video editor, so I've just gained some serious brownie points. Love you, Gabby. And the other part is a thought exercise that I went through many years ago. And it goes like this. You can play out both situations, what would happen. So let's say you've been hurt in a past relationship or perhaps by a past employer. And I think most of us can say we've had something like that go on before, right? Where we really gave ourselves to someone or an organization and we weren't treated the way we think we should have been, and ultimately left feeling bitter, like we gave a part of ourselves to that and we've lost it. The question is, have we really lost it? What did we lose by giving our all, by going all in? Would we be a better person now if we half-assed it for 3-4 years? If we didn't develop ourselves, if we didn't learn to work hard, if we didn't really push ourselves to do the most we could? Think of it this way within a relationship, is you have two choices. You can either be the best partner you could possibly be for that person. You could give it your all and not worry, hey, maybe they're not giving me back nearly as much. Or maybe they're going off to Argentina with 37 tango dancers on the weekend when they said they were at home studying. Any number of things could be happening. But you don't care. You give it your all. You focus on being the best you can be. That's one option. And the other option is you hold back. You think, well, maybe I can't trust this person. Maybe this new employer will be crummy and treat me bad. So let's hold back and let's half-ass everything. Instead of being a great partner, instead of being a great employee, let's half-ass it and let's kind of give a little, because we don't want to get hurt. We don't want to risk someone hurting us again, right? So play out these two situations. The way I look at it is in situation 2, where I hold back and I don't be my best because of fear of not being treated well for it. What ends up happening there? Best case, I have a mediocre relationship or a mediocre job because I'm not giving it my most. Or worst case, the other person is giving it their all and the things end up falling apart. Things don't work out because I was holding back. That I'm the reason that something that could have been amazing didn't work out. How would I feel that way if I had met the love of my life and it fell apart because I held myself back, because I was scared I would be hurt? So I didn't give it my all, and ultimately me not giving it my all is why that other person left. How shitty would I feel then? I can tell you the regret I would feel in that situation would be a lot worse than on the flip side here. Say I give it my all. Say that I go out of my way to be the best partner I can be, to try to make the best possible relationship. And say for some situation, and just for the record, Gabby, this is a thought exercise I went through before we met. I know that nothing bad would ever happen between us, ever. But say in this hypothetical situation, I give my all to a relationship, and that person ends up turns out they were a liar. It turns out that they were doing whatever behind my back or really weren't as committed themselves to it that I was. Well, how am I gonna feel? Yeah, I'll probably feel pretty bad for a few days, but when I think about my own value system, I'm gonna feel fine after. I'm gonna think, hey, I did everything I could. I was the best I could be, and guess what? Because I learned how to be a great boyfriend, because maybe I dealt with some emotions, learned to be a better partner, learned to be more supportive, or say, learn to become a way better employee and work harder and push myself and be more creative and deliver more, I'm not gonna have trouble moving on. If you become a great employee and you keep pushing yourself to become better and better, you're only ever going to have more opportunities. Yes, you might have to deal with some assholes, as you pointed out, but ultimately you're going to be in a much better position to move forward, to have more opportunities if you continue to focus on being your best. And I know probably right now it can be hard to get over some of that and to think like, wait, but I'm giving this for them. I challenge you to change the way you're thinking about it. Think about your work, the extra hours you might do, the creativity you might bring, the insights you might share with your team, because hey, you're an ENFP and I know you're sharing some insights and some new ideas with everyone, right? Think about that as not giving to them, but developing yourself. That all those things you're doing, you're building muscle. You're gonna become more creative. You're gonna become more focused, more disciplined, harder working. All that are muscles you're building. So yes, they are benefiting, but you're benefiting more. That by giving the most you can give, you are ultimately building a better version of yourself, a self that will be much more valuable in the future. And if that means that this current employer recognizes that and pays you what you're worth and treats you really well, then amazing. And if it turns out they don't, so what? You've built yourself into the best version of yourself, and you're gonna be more valuable to the next company or to your own business or to wherever you end up going after. Ultimately, when we're making this choice of do we give all of ourselves to something? Do we work extra hard? Do we push ourselves? Do we trust that person we're with? All these kind of decisions, I always default to what can I do that will make me better and that I will never regret having done. And it always comes down to being the best at what I can do. I'm never gonna regret that, even if it turns out someone else doesn't deserve that, a company doesn't deserve it. Ultimately, I will feel better about it because I did the right thing. I encourage you to try out that way of thinking. It will change how you approach things and allow you to give more of yourself, but ultimately to make more of yourself and to grow as a person. Thank you for watching. If you're new to the channel, I publish new videos every week, helping you become the best version of yourself, topic we talked a lot about today in the video, and create an awesome life for you and those you love. So hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and I will catch you in the next video soon. Thanks for watching.